and crypto presents an opportunity to build wealth,
Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video breakdown. Massive video breakdown for you all today. Lots of fundamentals, lots of video clips going down the rabbit hole. If you all enjoyed this video breakdown, make sure that you all are subscribed to the YouTube channel. We are noticing that about 25% of our viewers still are not subscribed. With that being said, once we reach 15,000 subscribers on our YouTube page, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure that if you enjoy these video breakdowns, you're smashing that thumbs up button. We're going to be going over some fundamentals, talking about this current banking crisis, talking about price action currently that we're seeing in the market. I'm going to be sharing some tweets with you all, going down the rabbit hole. Also, over on our Rumble page, once we reach 1,000 subscribers on Rumble, we're going to be doing a $100 giveaway. The link for our Rumble page is in the description down below, where we go over fundamentals that aren't commonly discussed or talked about on the mainstream media outlets. All right, so if you enjoy those video breakdowns, again, give us a follow on YouTube, give us a follow on Rumble. Link is in the description down below for the Rumble. Now, let's jump into today's video breakdown, starting with this tweet here. People are sleeping on the information that I give out on Twitter way ahead of the general public. This is myself inside of a bank. I took a little picture here and I said to you guys, this is back from February 16th, 2023. Again, I attempt to give you all information on all of our CYPRX platforms way ahead of the curve. I said to you guys, no one here has a freaking clue that the entire banking system is about to fail, right? Again, this is back in February, right? And now what are we recently seeing in headlines? 2 days ago, U.S. banking crisis worsens with half of America's banks on the verge of failure. I've been telling you guys a couple of different things across all CYPRX platforms. We here at CYPRX and myself are getting our money out of banks, diversifying our portfolio with physical assets, okay, crypto, gold, silver, things that provide liquidity outside of a banking system, right? And I've also been telling you all that they are collapsing these banks on purpose. The elites are collapsing these banks on purpose to create a more centralized system that the central banks control, okay? Go do your research, watch some of our previous video breakdowns. All of this is a fact, and it is easy to see through some documented fundamentals that you all can read, through PDFs that you all can go and research yourselves that are back from 2017, 2018, and 19. I'm telling you all right now, this is not hard to see, which is, again, why I was telling you guys back in February this is going to happen. And now also, what are we seeing? This is breaking from today, May 4th, 2023. From WhaleWire, 100% of regional banks in the United States have their stocks in the red today for the first time ever. This comes a day after Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said the U.S. banking system was stronger than ever. These individuals are lying to you. I don't know how else to get people to see it. They are lying to you, okay? Now, I want to play a little video clip for you all real quick. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is a video clip from Stansberry Research, so shout out to Stansberry Research. Make sure that you go give them a follow. They have lots of valuable fundamentals and interviews on a daily basis.
Just to give reasons why. On TV, you don't hear that from analysts. They just say, this is going to happen, but they never give you a reason why, you know. I give a reason why. Right now, for example, with the banking failures, the SVB, you know, we have three of the biggest banking failures in U.S. history within 6 days, you know. And everybody's pretending, oh, this is a one-off event, you know, that won't happen again. No, this is the tip of the iceberg. And if you know about icebergs, you know, 1/7 of the iceberg is above water. That means 6/7 of the iceberg is below water, and that's going to sink everybody else.
Bert, you write about the systemic risks in the banking sector and how it will be felt for years to come. But what is an everyday person to do? I mean, is our money not safe in the banks?
Well, yeah, let me just explain, take this further, how bad it could be. Not only did we have these bank failures in the U.S., it was followed by the biggest bank failure in Switzerland ever. The biggest bank, Credit Suisse, 137 years old, went bankrupt overnight. okay, had to be bailed out. I mean, the company is bankrupt, but then UBS was basically forced to buy up the pieces, okay? So this is now international. This crisis is not confined to the U.S. This is going to be an international crisis. What people are never told is that there is about 1.6 quadrillion dollars of derivatives outstanding internationally.
About 1.6 quadrillion dollars
of derivatives outstanding internationally.
This is the tip of the iceberg, right? Again, he mentions that part of the iceberg is above water, but the part that you cannot see, the devastating part that usually sinks the ship, is below the rest of the water. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now in the banking system. Now, I want to take your attention over here to a tweet that I put out to you guys again, February 16th, way ahead of the curve. Okay, I said to you all, break away from all financial instruments, get out of debt. Everyone is already in virtual bankruptcy. Convert into real assets that have liquidity outside of the banking system. Reduce your expenditures, increase your savings, and lower your taxable income while building up bartered reserves. Hard times are here and will only get worse. Prepare as time allows, okay? People think I'm crazy. People sleep on CYPRX. They don't go in the link in the description down below and follow our Twitter, follow us on Rumble, follow this informative channel, because again, we're not here feeding everybody's dopamine, telling people that XRP is going to go to $1,000 per coin and that the Ripple versus SEC case is going to settle every single day in our content. So people really kind of click off these videos. But the people that are paying attention, look at this. This is, again, when I tweeted this out to you guys, this is the price action on gold, okay? We'll get into this in just one second. And I said to you all, this is, look, at where February 16th, you guys can use this little device over here on TradingView to see where your influencers are putting their tweets out. I tweeted this out to you guys at a bottom on gold. And since then, we've seen gold skyrocket in value all the way up to new highs past $2,075 per ounce. That is absolutely insane, which leads me over here to this tweet that I just put out to you guys, because 8 days ago, I warned you all in a video breakdown on the YouTube page. This came out 8 days ago, and I'll play that video clip for you here in just one second. But I said to you all in that video clip that there would have to be a continuation of events taking place for gold price to go higher than $2,075 per ounce. And now what do we see? We see further continuations in the banking crisis, and gold cracked above $2,075. People maybe potentially will start listening to CYPRX, but most likely not. They think that I'm cocky. They think that I'm too fond of myself, Again, there's a set of individuals that don't have the ability to actually see value in the information that we're putting out. But the individuals that do, oh, trust me and believe that they're well prepared. So again, if you're one of those individuals that has a high teachability index and what we're saying actually clicks to you and you want further information, go follow us on all our platforms, follow us on Twitter, make sure that you stay ahead of the curve, because days in advance, I always drop gems before the information comes out to the general retail herd. Crisis, right? All the fear, uncertainty, and doubt surrounding the banking failures, right? So I want you all to take something into consideration. COVID did not have enough momentum to break this major psychological level on gold, sending price all the way up past, let's just say $2,075 per ounce, okay? The war in Ukraine, the invasion of Russia in Ukraine, did not have enough fear, uncertainty, and doubt to send gold soaring to new crazy all-time highs like all these individuals are predicting, okay? $3,000 an ounce, $5,000 an ounce, which I'm not ruling out as a possibility. Again, leading up to the question that I'm about to ask you all, if you're still here, smash that thumbs up button if you're taking some of these things into consideration. Check this out. The banking crisis did not have enough fear, uncertainty, and doubt for investors' demand to drive gold price higher. So if gold price is going to break this psychological threshold, and I just generally put it at this area, okay, we know that the all-time high on gold roughly coming in at about $2,075 an ounce, give or take, okay? What is going to be the catalyst? You have to ask yourself the question, if COVID wasn't big enough, if the war in Ukraine wasn't big enough, and the banking failure wasn't big enough to break the psychological threshold, what is going to be the freaking black swan event, okay? Because there has to be one to drive this market higher on gold. What's going to be the catalyst? That means one of two things. Boom. So now that that's out of the way, let's move over to what Jerome Powell said in his remarks just the other day in the conference that he held following the rate decision for the Federal Reserve.
Meeting, let me comment briefly on recent developments in the banking sector. Conditions in that sector have broadly improved since early March, and the U.S. banking system is sound and resilient. We will continue to monitor conditions in the sector. We're committed to learning the right lessons from this episode and will work to prevent events like these from happening again.
He goes on to say that the banking sector is sound and safe. Now take a second and listen to this gentleman from Kitco News. I completely agree with what he says here.
That I've seen over my 30 years. Let's be very clear. You mentioned that he started by saying that the banking system is sound and resilient. I'm not sure if you've seen this after hours, Michelle, and this could be breaking news, but PacWest Bank is failing after hours. Okay, the bank stock is down 50% after hours. It's a very small bank, only 40 billion in assets, about 1/5 the size of First Republic, but nonetheless, it's on its way to the glue factory. Okay, so PacWest is done. It's over for them. There's probably another 20 banks that are in that position.
There's probably another 20 banks that are in that position.
So the banking system is not sound and resilient, Mr. Powell.
Now you have him saying the banking system is sound and resilient as another regional bank looks like it's on the brink of collapse. What does this mean for faith in the Fed if he makes these statements and then we see yet another bank collapse?
Well, yeah, your credibility is tarnished. I want to play poker against that guy, okay? He's not a good bluffer. You watch his hands, you see him touching his nose, not in this Fed meeting, but the last meeting when he tried to respond to a similar question, he touched his nose 3 times, which if anyone reads body language knows that means you're lying and you know it.
That Jerome Powell and all of these politicians and these political governmental entities are lying to the general public on a consistent basis. Who knows why? Again, you as an individual, it will behoove you to understand that these individuals do not have it out for your best interest and to do the opposite of what they say, to protect yourselves and do your research. I mean, it's literally just insane that people will actually believe and put their faith in the banking system, put their faith in these politicians, these governmental entities that run the system that don't have it out for anybody's best interest. Now, listen also to what this gentleman has to say from this Kitco News interview about the banking system and the bank closures that have been happening for years. Because in previous video breakdowns, what have we been talking about? The people that are listening, I've been trying and attempting to tell you all that the central banks are attempting to create this centralized system. They are diminishing banks. They're wiping out banks to create this centralized system that they can control and manipulate by tracking, controlling, and monitoring everybody's personal expenditures.
86. And when I started school in the U.S., there were 15,000 banks in the U.S., 15,000. And today there's less than 5,000. So in my 30-year career, over 10,000 U.S. banks have been closed or merged. And that trend will continue, but there's still 5,000 of them.
And I've shown you guys documents, for example, this one here that goes on to talk about how over 10,000 banks in the last 30 years have collapsed in the United States. I've even shown you guys examples of Europe, where over 5,000 banks in the last 23 years have collapsed. It is not hard to wake yourself up, do your research, and protect yourself against these elite individuals that, again, do not have it out for your best interest. If you guys are enjoying this video breakdown, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. If anybody here has found value in the information that we have put out to the general public way ahead of the curve before it gets announced to the mainstream, make sure that you're subscribed to both the Rumble channel and the YouTube. We're going to be doing giveaways on the YouTube once we reach 15,000 subs, and we're going to be doing giveaways on the Rumble once we reach 1,000 subs. Moving on, all right? Now, what do we see? Again, just to show you all that there's always something going on behind the curtains. This is an interesting article that came out just yesterday, May 3rd, 2023. Jerome Powell again saying that the banking crisis is over, right? But its effects will last, Powell says. Now, on the flip side of things, this is a fundamental that came out the day before where it says bank pain is just getting started. Ex-Fed President Kaplan says. So the current chairman of the Federal Reserve is lying to the general public And the ex-federal president, who doesn't have any standards to uphold anymore, probably no puppeteering masters manipulating his thought process anymore, right? Reading a script, has the freedom to go out and tell people the truth. This is, for a fact, just beginning. Again, the tip of the iceberg. Now, moving on, I said this to you guys again on February 16th, 2023. Having $1,000 in your bank account at this point is more risky than having $1,000 invested in a meme coin. Now, I'm not telling you guys to go out there and buy meme coins. You guys all know my perspective on meme coins against utility-driven crypto assets in the long run. I firmly believe that there is going to be some type of black swan catalyst, some regulatory event that takes place that liquidates all of these illicit market participants and meme coins out of the market. Again, 23,700 cryptocurrencies in this market space right now, operating effectively and efficiently. For this market to thrive, in my personal opinion, is not something that's going to continuously happen over the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And again, I said that's the world that we live in right now, however, right? Moving on, this is very interesting. This is a tweet from Mr. Man, where he goes on to share a video clip from the CFTC stating that crypto can make you wealthy.
The barrier to entry in the digital asset space is lower than traditional financial markets, and crypto presents an opportunity to build wealth by those who have found themselves historically shut out.
And crypto presents an opportunity to build wealth.
In my personal opinion, this is going to get much worse before it gets better. There are multiple ways for you all to protect yourself. Some of those ways that I'm personally doing so is by buying physical assets like gold, silver, and obviously, of course, diversifying my portfolio into utility-driven crypto assets that I firmly believe are going to have value in the financial system long term. All right. Many blessings to you all. Don't forget that we're going to be doing giveaways on both the YouTube once we reach 15,000 subs. So make sure that you're subscribed, as well as subscribing to the Rumble page. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers on Rumble, we're also going to be doing a $100 giveaway. So make sure that you click the link in the description down below. As always, blessings. Be cognizant, be aware. I'll see you guys in the next video breakdown.